So we got this brand new beautiful Magnum here that Jake's put together. I mean, it is a pretty boat. But every boat, before it goes to the customer, and this one's going to a customer, is water tested, right?
That's
So
right.
what does that mean? What do you do when you water?
Well, basically, your first thing you're going to do is make sure you got all your safety gear. We'd like to put the oars, anchor in here just in case you have an incidental boat. It's a brand new boat, so if something comes haywire, we're able to at least throw an anchor out or row it over to the side. So I make sure you have those in your life jackets, your throw cushions, all good stuff. But basically, I'm coming down here, ripping it, shifting in and out of gear, making sure everything's functioning properly, testing the trailer lights. As far as the trailer goes, just making sure everything's working right, the rollers, the boat itself, make sure there's no fuel leaks, something incidental that can get tightened right. Most of the time we don't have any issues at all, but it's always good to do that. I don't want someone just picking up one of these and the boat has never been ran. So come down here, winch the boat in the water, fire it up, let it run for, I don't know, probably about 5 minutes, and then I go ahead and launch it off into the river, and we'll take it for a rip up river and back down, shift it out in and out of gear, and just make sure, especially with this is a center console boat here. So there's more mechanism here. It's got hydraulic steering. It has a shifter. So we've installed 13-foot cables down there, make sure nothing's bound up on it. But and just fun to get out of the office, come down and have a good time.
Okay, so this is why you water test the boat. So Jake, what's going on here?
See, we put a really cool floodlight on this boat, and we've been showing everybody and showing it off. And one thing we didn't check. I was trying. So basically, this is a great motor. It's a fuel injected motor, and it needs full 12 volts. This boat right now, I was looking at the gauge up here, and we are at, it's barely, let's see here, 10.6 volts. And when I turn it over, it goes down to 6. So basically, this wonderful battery, which is a very good battery put in here, but it sat at my other shop, and everybody had to check out the floodlight. Who knows, they probably went to lunch and left it on for a minute. Don't tell them I said that, but it could have happened. And it's one of those, brain fart things you just gotta check.
Hey, check out this floodlight though. I was telling Jake, you better put one of these on my boat. But yeah, look at this thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's still working.
Yeah, it still works. Yeah, it's not like it's totally dead, but yeah. So we're gonna take this back and charge it up, and we'll be back in the morning and take this baby for a ride. It's a beautiful boat though, isn't it?
Very nice boat.
All right, it's day 2 here at trying to water test this beautiful new boat, but man, we got a beautiful, nice day today too. Yesterday it was raining.
Man, this weather.
We're gonna try it again with a fully charged battery.
Yeah. Charge your battery before you go to the river. That's probably the most important thing you can do, along with your safety devices. But got a new center console for a customer. Justin's going to run it down today. The customer will be getting this afternoon down in there in a Reading area. Center console version of the Power Drifter. Maybe a lot of you guys haven't seen it yet, but these are really cool. A lot of people like them. I prefer the tiller myself, maybe a little bit more, but this is fun. These boats make me smile driving the steering wheel, rip it up the river. But basically, I'm coming down here to water test it. Everything from tone it down, checking the trailer lights. I go through and double check all my bolts and retorque everything after we do all this. Make sure spare tires are on there properly, it's latching on a vehicle properly, safety chains are working properly, the boat's going to come on and off the trailer properly, all the rollers are set in place. I check the wheel bearings, I check the tire pressure before I come down and do all this, and then basically put some good fuel in this thing. I don't put a lot in there, I put about 6 gallons of fuel in there because he's traveling today. And then go down there, pump the bulb real good, look around all the fittings, make sure I don't smell any fuel or anything, because it is a new boat and men make mistakes when we're assembling stuff. So check all that stuff. Make sure the motor's functioning, lifting and raising, all that good stuff, and very much take it for a rip, shift it in and out of gear, because this is a center console, so it has a shifter. Make sure all the cables are functioning properly. There's no binding up or anything feels a little stretched, but we're just down here to have some fun and check it out too. All right, so this is also a roller trailer. Some people have a love-hate relationship like Justin. He doesn't really like the roller trailer because he'll go by himself and he's a little nervous that it's going to roll off or something like that. But basically, when you're by yourself, what I do on this thing is I'll back it down the river, get the motor fired up. I'll put it in gear, just let it idle in gear a little bit. It'll keep it on the trailer, because if you unhook this thing, it's going to want to go. So these are awesome, though, because the reason we like the roller trailer is because there's a lot of rivers. One I can think of is like McKenzie. There's a spot on the McKenzie where there's about a foot of water, about 2 out to the big water. Well, this boat will float and I can launch it there, but I can't get it off the trailer at the launch because it's actually shallow. So with this roller trailer, I can actually push it and roll it off and get it into the water and then retrieve it that way as well. So it's one of those situations where it's great for certain things, and then If it was a shallow water situation, I had a bunk trailer, I'd be pulling on this thing, and it would be really hard to get it off. I've been there a bunch of times, but they're also very easy to launch. But you do have to be careful with them because you can't just unhook your trailer here and just back down. Obviously, it's going to come right off the trailer. I've seen people do that. It makes me nervous, even with bunk trailers. Get down the water. Another thing you can do too is you got your waders on, is you get yourself a rope, just like you would do with your drift boat, shove it off, and then retrieve the boat back up to the bank. That's probably a good way, good practice if you are by yourself to do it that way. But again, roller trailer, you know, you're going to be on here, you're going to fire it up, and you're going to go, man, I need to unhook this thing. It's going to want to go. So just be aware of that. But they are very, very nice.
This is the first time this boat's been in the water. So is there anything special you do when you fire it up the first time?
Well, basically, I got to turn the power switch on, turn the power on. I heard it beep here, so you can go over here and turn the key over. I got power here. And then this being a new boat, there's no fuel in this fuel water separator. So you're going to have to pump it a bunch to get this going. Sometimes I'll turn the motor over a little bit too to get the little mini fuel pump in there to kind of start working and sucking that fuel up there. I've struggled with that at times, but you know, you open your vent here. I think that's probably one of the reasons I did last time, but I make sure this is, you know, this bulb is hard. And that's one of those things I always check too when you're going up a river, and especially a river like this and you're going to go up through rapids or something. You want to make sure that this bulb down here is always hard so the fuel's in there. It could be a problem like you just didn't open the vent, so it's going to, you know, have a suction problem where it's not going to get fuel to the motor. But make sure all my fittings are right. Everything looked good. I don't smell any fuel, which is a good thing. And I'm going to turn it over and see if it fires right up. So it should just kick right over. This is center console, so it does have a warm-up switch right here, which is basically giving a little bit more idle to the motor. So it's like it should. The guys do put hoses and fire these at times, but this one was a brand new boat, so I did have to pump the bulb up and make sure it was all good to go. Let it run for a little bit here because it is a brand new motor. It's 4-stroke, so it's fuel injected 4-stroke, so it can be a little cold blood, especially in a brand new motor. You want to let it sit here and idle up a little bit before I just take off and go out in the river. So, but we're going to launch it here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in forward gear here. So it's a forward gear. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hold on to this boat too, just in case it didn't have enough throttle on it. But basically, boat's sitting here pushing itself against the bow chock, so it's not going anywhere. This is why I like the roller trailer. Look at that. This is center console boat here. Pretty cool. You know, it's pretty. He hasn't put. He's going to do his own GPS. I think Garmin unit or something for him in particular. So it's all wired for the customer to do that to himself, or he's gonna have somebody do it for him. But these are pretty clean, simple boats. You got your shifter, obviously. You know, you pull this up. You got your trim right here on the side. Your little throttle there. You got your reverse back. This one's real simple. He put that anchor light on this one. Bilge pump, nav lights, GPS. That'll be first GPS. I'm assuming he'll probably do a ram mount type. It'll sit right here, which will be really nice. Show you that later. But this is a run single gauge on these things, which are really nice. You get your RPMs, you got your trim level, and then if you got some issues with oil, which you should never have, but that's a good indicator there that you need to pull over and check that stuff. So we got a nice AGM battery down inside here, and on-off switch in there, a Perco switch in there. And nice seat back here, which is adjustable forward and back. So you got adjustability to come forward and back. It's easier when I'm sitting in here. But, I mean, this thing's pretty damn nice. This one's cruising. It's a good runner.